been broke up. She's been with Timothy Chalamet. He tried to slide back on her Instagram post a couple months ago. She didn't reply. Kylie's friends are still like, oh, they might still get back together. They might.
Big Timothy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The biggest Timothy. So like them niggas could really like, bro, Filthy. Like I think he's really fucking talented.
Yeah.
I think him and Benny X, is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. They're neck and neck for me right now in the like a young generation right now.
Talking about top 50, there were some we liked, some we didn't. Sicko Mode was in question, but Trav a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Trav is undisputably a GOAT. We seen him with his security guard recently. Mm-hmm. You know, handcuffed to the briefcase.
Precious
freaky
cargo.
shit.
Freaky shit. Utopia coming. Is what he's saying.
Hey man, he's sending out Jordans again.
Yeah. It feels like it's go time.
That Jordan endorsement is hilarious.
Yeah.
To me, because these niggas, the Jordan like basketball shoes is terrible. It's awful. This nigga Travis getting all the fire. The musicians, Bad Bunny, or not Bad Bunny, J Balvin putting out fire Jordans. Everybody putting out fire Jordans except the
Tiana
Hoopers.
Taylor.
Shit, like nigga, damn. Yeah. Help out Westbrook, but right. Travis and Rollout. Yeah. It's time. I'm a big Travis Scott fan, man. But he's been going through a lot recently.
Yeah.
Where y'all standing at on what you expect from Utopia? You think this is gonna be his best Is Trav's best work behind him? Or is Utopia gonna show niggas like, nah, I'm a legend? Is it gonna cement him? Because if he gets one more, he's stamped to me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the thing about Travis, and like this is something I've felt for a while now, like ever since I really like got hip to him. It's just like Travis, like he really, I wouldn't say he started it, but like he really pushed this like rage movement forward, and this just like have fun, be yourself, like we're here to party type movement. And I feel like Astroworld to me was like a really dope project because it kind of turned it, like not that it wasn't like artistic and it wasn't beautiful, but like he kind of took all those elements of the rage, but also like mixed a lot of rock elements in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And made a completely different, his sound evolved through Astroworld. But that being said, I feel like the one thing Travis Scott doesn't have for me is introspection. I feel like when it comes to like his lyrics and the content of what he's talking about, it never really changed and it never really felt like super deep to me. So that being said, I don't know if he can impress me with this next project.
Unless he goes there.
Unless he goes introspection, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, we can't gloss over what happened. You know what I'm saying? He had a very like tragic moment in his life and his career happen to him. And then obviously, you know what I'm saying, fans were affected, people died, all that. So it's like for this project, it needs to be some reflection of what happened. It can't just glaze over it. You know, all the features I've heard from Trav as of late have been not really pertaining to that content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see what he does on the album, especially since he kept it the same name. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even change the name.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right. I haven't thought about that, but I do need deeper lyrics for this to impress me, because my headspace is like, how could he impress me with everything he's already done? But I'm also like, how dare I doubt him? He's done it every single time he's dropped. You know what I mean? Really blown me away. That's how he could do it, is if he really took the lyrical content to the next level. The music's there. We see Mike Dean mastering the album. We know that it's going to sound great. All of Travis's songs sound great. If he can really go deep and reflect on what happened, yeah, I think he might cement himself as a legend.
Okay. So Travis's mentor, the person who kind of put him on, is Kanye.
right.
I don't think Kanye has ever gone that deep.
What?
Whoa.
Drive slow on late register.
Yo. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Hold on. He's not saying anything super personal, one-to-one to him.
Roses?
It's very general struggles that a lot of people can relate to. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything very niche about Kanye, a Kanye specific experience. These are all just feelings that happen to most people. And he's able to then maybe dress it up with amazing production and other things to make it what it is. Because Kanye's so good, and Travis is so good, it's universal. Everybody likes them. A lot of people like them. I don't feel like introspection is necessarily like, I would love it from them, but I just don't think that's the type of artist that they are really. I don't know. But yell at me and shit if y'all think Kanye really going that deep.
There's nothing relatable about Kanye's struggle on St. Pablo.
Exactly. So he just deaded this shit, you know what I mean? I'm talking about early Kanye.
First three albums, you might have a point. I Will Still Rise, Drive Slow, and songs like that, because those do seem very personal. But I think after 808s, I do think that the struggle that he talks about is not universal.
Like what?
Bipolarism.
Bro, also you listen to, but
not bipolar.
No, okay, if we're going to Pablo, if we're going to Life of Pablo, like, let's talk about 30 Hours.
Yeah.
Like, that song is literally about him driving across the country to link with a shorty that I forget at the end what she doesn't appreciate him or she's cheating or some shit.
Yeah.
But like, bro, I feel like Kanye, especially
What number album is that?
what number album?
Yeah, it took him how many years to get there?
I mean, it took him a lot of years, bro.
Exactly. And
But
he was still
no,
great.
but before that, I would say it started at 808s.
I agree.
You have 808s, and then you have My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, and that to me is a type of. I'm obviously they're not trying to make the same type of music, but that's what I need from Trav, to be honest.
The most specific that man got, the most not basic that he got talking about feelings on that was on Hell of a Life when he's talking about falling in love with a porn star. To me, that's I'm legitimate. Like that's like everything else that this nigga's talking about is like power. Like I want to be the biggest. I'm this like big like figure. You know what I mean? I think a lot of musicians have talked about that and can relate to that. Like I don't know, fucking Dark Fantasy coming up in Chicago. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of niggas have spoken about before. A lot of niggas have spoken about the things that they spoke about, but what makes Kanye and Travis amazing is the soundscape and the world they build around these lyrics.
Right.
Because it's like these regular people things and actions, but happening in an alternate universe type shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't think I agree with you.
I don't know what's regular about Last Call. You know what I mean? Like, what is relatable about Last Call?
That's a moment. That's a moment.
You know.
A moment. But then, okay, so I would then go to the second verse of 90210. When he's talking about, literally quoting his grandmother on bars, talking about this what she says to me. You spend too much time working. You spend too much time in the studio. I'm worried about you. Are you okay? You know what I mean? And like he's saying, my granny just said this, you know?
That's one of his best songs ever.
Exactly. So niggas got moments, but I don't need a whole album of it. Whereas J. Cole, whereas Kendrick, I want personal. I want anecdotes. I want things that only you could think. The whole album.
Yeah, but if Trav comes on this album and talks about let's fucking mosh pit, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, 100%. You got to evolve.
Yeah.
You got to evolve. But I think if he talks about some little basic shit, like, I don't know, bro, like just trying to be the best rapper or trying to gain more status in this, maybe give me one song about, like, the incident or one song about, like, regret or thinking about your position in this. I don't need a whole apology album.
I don't think I want an apology album.
Yeah.
I think what I want is, and this might just sound funny, but I feel like as Trav grows older and he starts to put the Astroworld incident behind him, I feel like his content should reflect a little bit more, maybe his everyday life, bro. I mean, bro, Trav lives somewhere out here in LA. You know what I'm saying? He's married, or not married, sorry. His girl is a
Crazy
is a fucking his girl, my bad. His girl is a fucking Kardashian whom he has 2 kids with? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely
who is not his girl anymore.
Oh,
just
sorry.
so we're on the record, like
yeah,
they're broken up.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's with Timothy Chalamet right now.
Wait, whoa, that's breaking news.
Look at this nigga, bro. The drama reporter. Wait, when did this happen?
Bro, I look at his Google alerts every fucking day, bro. They've been broke up. She's been with Timothy Chalamet. He tried to slide back on her Instagram post a couple months ago. She didn't reply. Kylie's friends are still like, oh, they might still get back together. They might.
Big Timothy, like, you know what I'm saying? The biggest Timothy. What that nigga was just gay in the movie, bro, and y'all niggas is tripping, bro. What?
Timothy Chalamet, man. I don't want to hate. I'm not a hater, but I just don't understand what you do. Could you explain?
He's an actor.
What show? What TV show?
You had seen bro. He got you know Army Hammer, that actor, big nigga. Anyways, this nigga was gay in the movie with him. But Call Me By Your Name. Call Me By Your Name. That's what I've been thinking of. I kept
like
saying it because I couldn't think of it. You know that one? They was talking about that
But
one.
you understand where this is coming from. Like, I just don't really understand what he does.
No, as a film,
Not that you have to do anything, but like.
But back to Trav. I didn't mean to fully loop us out of Trav.
Shout out Timothy Chalamet, man.
Shout out Timothy. This is the Timothy episode. I don't want an apology album either.
Right.
And I don't necessarily want 3 songs about Astroworld or Astrofest or whatever. I want to know what the following year was like when he couldn't step outside, what that felt like. We were at Day in Vegas and mentioned that we were upset that Trav wasn't going to be performing. And like random bitches came up to us like, oh, the murderer. And it's like, that is a traumatizing experience. You know what I mean? That like was probably very, very insanely hard for him to live through.
So give me a song about it.
Yeah.
One song, but I don't want multiple songs talking about it.
But don't you think that changed him as a person? Don't you think he's different now than he was before that happened?
I think he was different now than he is before that. I think he's changed because he's grown up as an adult. I think if everything would have stayed the same, none of the tragic shit happens. The content had to change anyways because he was making all the Mosh Rager shit when he was like a fucking 23-year-old. Now he's 27 with 2 kids. The content was gonna change regardless, just by virtue of life. You know what I mean? We've seen it with Tyler. The content changes when you grow. You could be so far in one lane, and when you grow up, bro, Lil Pump doesn't do drugs anymore. You're like, bro, shit changes, bro. That's just a part of getting older, and these niggas in the spotlight since they kids, bro.
I mean, but Drake just made Search and Rescue though.
Exactly, bro. That's why this nigga's an anomaly, because you gotta grow up. Because you gotta grow up. And this nigga talking about someone rescue. You are 40. Get in the car and go home if you want to go home that fucking bad.
Yo, Drake is not 40. He's 36.
That nigga's what is pushing 40? Anything? Yeah.
He's definitely pushing 40.
That nigga pushing 40 hard. That's why that nigga got braids.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nah, definitely.
That's ugly. That's nasty work. You seen a 35-year-old that you ain't never seen with braids in your whole life. Your uncle. This your uncle. Your light-skinned uncle that ain't never had braids before in his whole life. This nigga come to the cookout with cornrows.
The earrings, too.
You not on this nigga head top?
I mean, look, man. Drake, he's wildly successful, got money, bro. I can't tell him what to do, bro. He got it, man. I really don't think that the braids improved anything, but you know what? You got it. Who am I to speak about another man's look, bro?